I'm here drinking my Starbucks. I'm finishing up with stuff. I wanted to say that, you know, it's crazy how we live in a world where most people think that they're a positive person. And I don't know what it is that a lot of people feel that I come in contact with that are they are like the best thing since sliced bread, and that everybody should want them, everybody should want to be with them every single day, or whatever the case may be. But the amount of delusion that is out here based on a person's character is just unreal. Like, it's literally unreal. It's so unreal because people spend so much time by themselves. They're never really interacting and getting the appropriate exchange from the connections that they have. Meaning, when you're around different people, and especially if you're around other intellectuals, most likely you will be challenged, whether it's a man or a woman, because intellectuals have their own ideas and thought processes and experiences, and a lot of times they have education or higher levels of experience in different environments and that are on various levels of the echelon, or so to speak, levels of status. So what does this mean? You can't just walk up to somebody who's an intellectual and say anything and they agree with you. They may even ask questions, they may be curious, right? For instance, if a person thinks they know, hey, this is how a woman thinks, this is how a man thinks, if you ask an intellectual, you tell the intellectual your thought process around what a man should be doing to get a woman, what a woman should be doing to get or keep a man, it might sound a little weird and crazy. Because there's so many different things that are a part of that are unspoken for, whether it be the characteristics of a person, if they're desirable to the counterpart, where someone is in their healing journey, if they want to do that, if the person even likes you. Some people love bomb people. Some people are very toxic to even deal with, and people just tolerate them, and so to speak. So that's just one example of, you have to get not only higher levels of spiritual understanding, it's like scientific understanding, and then actual experience, your personal experience, but also academically, what are some of the challenges that are happening with something like the interpersonal relationships of men and women. Okay. And then everybody goes through a stage within their life where they become enlightened. And enlightened is like, you feel like you know everything. You feel like you understand a lot. But what you don't understand at that level in life is that you're only enlightening to your own misunderstandings, and most people already know it. The older you get, the more you know. The more you grow, the more you know. The more you travel and experience life and go to different places, the more you know. Someone that's more well traveled, or been out the country, or to been on in different islands, or been to so many different places, they have a different perspective and outlook on things based on their interactions with various people, maybe their business experience, their party experience, just life experience in general. And so what one person might think is a bias, another one might know something different based on the experience that has taken place in their life. So you can't say what it is and what it ain't. It's what it is for you. And so it's so many factors that play a part in even understanding life. I just encourage everybody to understand life for themselves because everybody's life is just a little bit different. And the reason behind why people do things or why people's life look the way it does or structured the way it is usually a reason behind it. It's usually a why. It's usually some type of experience that happened that led them to a certain place, whether it's independence, whether it's marriage, whether it's relationships or whatever. But at the end of the day, all of it is just a decision. It's all just a decision that you decide to make. If you find somebody you want to be with, that's a decision that you make to say, I'm going to build with this person. God never made it where people were supposed to be alone. God never intended that. And by the United States of America being based on family and biblical principles, it's not designed for people to be alone. You can definitely get more ahead when you have a partner or a counterpart that you're involved with, that you're building with, and it makes life a lot easier. It's just facts. The more women in this day and age get back into their feminine energy, even out of independence. And what I've learned that means for me is slowing down, thinking about what I want to say, what I want to do, and then also only choosing to be in the presence of men that make me feel safe at the time, make me feel loved, or protected in any way, right? Or provided for. I can definitely, I embody all those characteristics myself, but, and then not only the presence of men, friends as well. So when one starts to be more particular around the people that they choose to let in them their lives, then especially me as from a woman's perspective, I'm able to stay more grounded in my feminine energy. Meaning I don't have to get upset. I don't have to feel like I need to protect myself. I don't have to go into a verbal battle or dispute or conflict. I can be in a state of peace. And when I'm in a state of peace, it allows me to think clearly. It allows me, to cook, clean, and to be empowered to work out and take care of myself at the highest level to focus on my health and wellness. The reason being is because I'm not uptight. I'm not in anxiety. I don't feel like I have to walk on eggshells. I'm not being disrupted in any way. So you have to think, if we're in an environment where men are calling women masculine, what's the disconnect? A lot of times the disconnect is the woman doesn't feel protected. She doesn't feel loved. There's no loyalty and commitment. The man isn't providing for her. And if he is, he feels like he should get something in return. So the women are responding to that type of behavior with basically, I don't care. I can get what I can get from whomever I get it from. And you are no different than the next man because you're treating me good for right now for what you want. So from my perspective, when men get back to truly loving women and admiring women, and they understand how to choose a wife over somebody who's a girlfriend or just there for a specific time or moment or what have you, then they'll start to create more women who are wives and who act more feminine to serve them, To serve and to be submissive has to be a very safe place for a woman. A very safe place. Meaning it has to have consistency. Women are looking for the same behavior in a man, and they're not looking for someone who's toxic all the time. They're looking for someone who they want to be around, who talks to them in a way, even if they trying to show them something or tell them what to do. They talk to the woman in a respectful way, and when they correct them out of love. And so relationships have become extremely harder in the world of the internet because everybody's doing the same thing. But just as men may think women doing the same thing, women have just totally disappointed in men overall in a lot of ways. And not all men fit in this category, just like all women don't fit in the modern day society, so to speak. Characteristics of modern day women. So there's always going to be people that operate outside of the norm. But what you see on a day-to-day basis is hurt men and hurt women going around trauma bonding based on their past issues and terrible experiences that they have versus working together to heal, to build, and to love and protect each other and create safe spaces for them to do all of that and to grow together and to have something and manifest a family which leaves a legacy, and wealth is built within a family unit. It is known statistics that when a man is married, he or when two people are married, they're able to accumulate over 70% more wealth than they would independently. And it's because of all of that, the love, the support, the togetherness. Of course, there'll be issues outside of that, but that's based, once again, on the person's own issues. And if people are willing to work on themselves and then are able to find or identify good partners, then we would be in a different spot. But what I see based on what I saw 20 years ago, men don't know how to choose. It's just that simple. They want to choose what society has brainwashed them to choose, and that's usually the worst option. And women are doing the same thing. You got more people talking about how much they go to the gym versus how much they praise God, or how much they're trying to do positive things or build businesses, and how many people they did this, and what I'm going to do here, and how do I look. It's all superficial versus the character of a man, right? And it tells you right in the Word of God that it's harder for a rich man to go through. Is it through the eye of a needle, right? So there's so many, and it's basically like a needle in a haystack, and it's very difficult for a person to keep a good name, and that's more important than gold and silver, is to have a good name. What are people saying about you that know you? What are people saying about you who don't know you? But when people interact with you, what are they saying about you? And do you even care? And a lot of times people don't care, but that's the importance, because at the end of the day, it's the people you were able to impact. What do they say? And how are your interactions, and are you building good relationships? Because it matters. But overall, one has to worry about themselves and fix themselves in order to be with partners. You can go all around the world and back, which I've been to many places. I've seen many faces. And I'll tell you one thing, the world is the same all over the place. People have similar expectations. It's just the way they go about it is different, and they might look different. But if you treat men bad in America, or you treat men bad generally, you treat men bad. It don't matter where you go. How you gonna find a man who want to deal with that? If you a man and you treat women bad, or you yelling and screaming at women, you don't know how to talk to women, you don't know how to respect them, you call them dumb, bro, and all these other things, it don't matter where you go. Over time, they'll get sick of it too. And that person will be alone again. So being a better person is the only way things will work. And when you find the right person who understands you, who relates to you, who loves you unconditionally, you have to think about, okay, how do I make this work, and do I want to make it work, or am I willing to lose this and look for it again? And anything good is always hard to find because there's quantity everywhere. The internet provides us with a slew of artificial options. But real love and real connection is still hard to find. That's why we have so many lonely people. All right, that's all I got for today. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend. God bless, and remember, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Peace.